Dark Phoenix Saga.
Boom.
Not to be confused with the previously Bottle Cap reviewed Phoenix Saga. This is the follow-up. So I think I mentioned in that one...
Who's confusing that?
Just in general.
There's two different names.
You'd be surprised.
Would I?
You were confused.
It sounds like...
You're like, I was like, what's the Phoenix Saga? Phoenix Saga or Dark Phoenix Saga? The Phoenix Saga.
I asked you. That's why. I
That's what I'm
specified.
saying. If I wanted to watch the Dark Phoenix Saga, I would have said Dark Phoenix Saga.
Listen. I had enough of you. I haven't seen you in how long, and I already had enough.
Okay.
Squealing over here.
So we did mention in that one that there are 3 episodes that take place in between.
So maybe give them some context, because we're not
The 2 sagas?
that we can't assume that they've been listening to the first one. We're talking about X-Men 90s cartoon.
Yeah, we're talking about I was getting
Season
to that. I
3.
was getting to that, yeah.
Were you? You were just sitting there twiddling your thumbs and being like, people get confused.
Okay, we're talking about that, but here's the interesting thing. I didn't actually learn about this until we actually did this. Is that there are episodes from season 4, I think 4 and 5. I don't remember what they were called. That were actually
do your
switched.
research.
That were switched out. They're supposed to be in
season
between
3?
to explain how Jean came back.
But
Nobody knows she's just suddenly back. And then they showed up. Then these episodes that were pushed showed up in the following season, and were out of order. It didn't make sense what was going on.
So we'll also review those at some point.
It's weird, right? There was
Those
a couple
are funny.
episodes that So one was explain how Jean came back and like how the team dealt with like the fallout of her leaving and all
Right.
that stuff. And then she comes
How
back.
they moved on, but
So in the
they had
Dark,
already moved on.
yeah, in the Dark Phoenix Saga, in this one, the part 1, she's just back. There's 3 episodes in between, 2 with the Savage
See,
Land
this
and
is why
stuff.
you don't
Yeah.
outsource your animation. Although
It's exactly what happened. That's exactly what
although
happened.
it's done better, I guess, overseas. You get into moments like this where shit gets out of order. You're like, well, we had a continuity, and now because we animated in the wrong order, we're just gonna release it.
No, but that's exactly what happened. There was animation issues. They couldn't get to him in time, so they were like, "All right, we'll just go without him." And then, yeah, it didn't make sense.
Here we are.
So, anyways, here we are at Dark Phoenix Saga.
The best of the 2 Phoenix sagas in the 90s cartoon.
Right, yeah, yes, it's better. The last one left off at episode 7, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one takes off at 8, 9, 10, 11. So this will be season 3, episode 11.
Now, when I say better, don't raise your... It's not a high bar difference. It's like,
No.
This is a context
Listen
of like...
to the Phoenix.
I
Listen to
would-
the Phoenix Saga Bottle Cap review.
You should listen to that first.
Listen to that first. It's a lengthy one, but it's worth it.
This is going to be lengthy, too.
This will probably be lengthy too.
Sebastian Shaw.
Part 1 opens up. Moira and Professor X are trying to help Jean with her Phoenix issues and having no luck. So magically she's back, right?
Yep.
She's there, but
No explained.
she's on Muir
And this is coming out
Island,
of like Savage Lands or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
New
She's on-
costume change. Oh, I don't know if you got the rules of the last game.
Oh, right.
You're drinking every time you see a costume change. It happens a lot with Phoenix in this episode.
Anytime B says fascinating.
And anytime Wolverine and Cyclops disagree at anything. Although they agree more in this one. But they're still
Yeah.
arguments.
So,
And anytime is Gambit in this? I was gonna say anytime Gambit trying to get pussy.
yeah. So they're on Muir Island. They have Jean in this machine. They're trying to figure out what's going on with the Phoenix, and they're trying to like, I guess, encapsulate it.
Or just like talk to it or
Yeah,
like research
something.
it. Like
He's
they
like,
don't know what it
Phoenix,
is.
why are you doing this? You're hurting her.
Essentially, it's a simi inside of her, but it's super powerful, it's super better, and it's kind of fire. So and alien.
Yeah, so it switches from that scene to Remy and Scott in a dance club. I'm not sure what's going on. I guess they're supposed to be appealers, but I don't know. It's just like a dance.
No. It's just a nightclub.
It's a nightclub, but the girls are dancing on the
It'd be
stage,
great if
yeah.
it was a peeler.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
But they're just blowing off steam, right? Like, Scott has had a lot on his head, and Gambit's just like, yo, we gotta go check some girls. So
And
take
then
a drink, because he's trying to get some girls.
And then, not even 5 minutes into it, he gets a message from Jean in his head. Scott does.
Is that before or after we realized that on sage is Dazzler? Because that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome, yeah. We're like, oh, that's Daz. That's we like, you know it as a fan,
The
right?
worst X-Men player to play in the what was the side scrolling?
Oh yeah, the old arcade game for
where she just had
yeah.
that little drop
Yeah,
where she
she
just
sucked.
threw. She's the worst.
Yeah.
But you needed her if you wanted to get all 6 people to play at the same time.
Yep.
We're talking about the old school. We have to.
Yeah.
We have to. Fucking.
What was it called? Was it the Super Nintendo, right?
I don't remember it handheld. I remember playing it in the arcade,
Oh, the arcade.
where they had
Oh,
double
wow.
screens
Okay,
on it,
yeah.
so you could play all 6.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say we have to do a keep 6 on it because it was
Yeah,
so
well,
good.
yeah.
Because you had Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Colossus, Storm, Dazzler, and a 6th.
Gambit? You say Cyclops?
I don't know if it's Cyclops.
You said,
It
you
sh-
said
it should be-
Wolverine, Colossus.
I said Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Storm, Dazzler. It could be Cyclops.
Cyclops, yeah.
It could be Cyclops.
Anyways, Remy and Scott at the dance club. Scott gets a message from Jean, already busting his balls.
Scott.
Yeah, that sounded like that was actually good. I gotta get that sound bite. Scott, Jean.
We're done.
Jane?
That's it. 4-4.
I told you, Professor.
4-4 count.
That was so good. You can just stop it now.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good.
But as he's leaving, he sees Dazzler get taken away out the back by Donald Pierce and his goons.
Well, he doesn't know who they are. But
Right, we don't know
by
Donald
goons.
Pierce yet, but
Goons are like, hey, chick, come here.
dudes with face, with masks on, yeah.
He's like, hey, goons.
So hey, you bad. Hey, Gene. You bad people.
Hey, you not Gene.
Yeah. So he
dummies them.
Yeah, he stops them, and Dazzler helps out, and then he gets a date out of it. So
yeah. Dazzler becomes damsel in distress. It's like, I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah.
And I like a man who knows how to wear his underwear inside of his pants.
She does appreciate that.
Because
although he wasn't wearing it then. He was in civilian's clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To my point,
Yeah.
they're not in their fucking horrible uniforms where he wears it outside. They actually look cool in their like 90s, I guess.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Remy's just chilling.
They kind of look like Miami Vice kind of popular dudes.
It cuts to Wolverine going, "Where's that salami? I can smell it."
Which is stupid.
And I watched it over and over again.
Because it's stupid because it's right in the front of the goddamn fridge. What he should have said is, fucking purple stuff. Oh, Sunny D. He should have grabbed the goddamn Sunny D, but he wanted the
He's
salami.
saying this before he even opens the fucking fridge.
Where
are you going to keep salami? You're going to keep it in the fridge.
So, like, is he just constantly walking to the place like, hey, Gene, I can smell you. It's like, of course you can. I'm in the fucking room, you idiot. Like, the amount of the one-liner, you can't have a one-liner by yourself.
Where's the cake mix? I can smell it.
Like, no. That doesn't... You idiot. That's what I wanted to say with it. I chuckled, but I was like, of course it's in the fridge, you goddamn... Like, I'm pretty sure you were the last one to use the salami.
Yeah.
Because it has the same claw marks
And he just cuts
from
it.
when you last sliced it for your sandwich. So who are you talking to?
So then Scott shows up, and they kind of have like, hey, what's going on? And then Jean shows up.
Oh, sorry. Just a mention of how much I love this cartoon. Cyclops, Scott, is about 6'3", and Wolverine
short, yeah.
is goddamn like 5'4".
Yeah. He's 5'2", I heard he's like 5'2", 5'3".
He's tiny, and it works.
And it works.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
He's not fucking eye to eye with everybody.
No.
Sorry, Jackman.
But no,
Your day's over. Your day's over.
They fucked that up in the movie.
You did 3 good ones. We'll get to that later.
Yes. Anyways, another time. But yeah, Jean shows up for shortly after they have a quick conversation, Wolvie and Psyche, and she's like all distant and confused and.
Origin is one of those 3. That was great.
What's?
I can smell it. Fucking guy.
We cut to the inner circle. They don't call them the Hellfire Club once in this.
Which
in
is
this.
weird. Do they not have the license?
Kids show. They don't
You
want
can't
to say
hell
Hellfire.
or fire?
Yeah, they don't want to say Hellfire.
You know what's fucked up? He says I'm the Juggernaut bitch. Well, he doesn't.
He doesn't say bitch, but no. Yeah, that's what I read.
Really?
Is that they were trying purposely to avoid. So, but technically they are the inner circle. Like they are called the inner circle within the whole Hellfire Club.
They
but
do They do play the Bad Boys theme when they walk into a room.
Yeah,
so that makes sense.
Yeah,
being the inner circle.
Yeah, Bad Boys for life.
And
we ride together, we die together.
damn, you stole my line. I had a sex joke, but forget it. Since we're gonna talk about the kids, I can't say fuck them kids now.
Yeah,
fuck up kids.
So the inner circle squabbles, and
Well, no, you call them Hellfire. We know why they're calling them Inner Circle.
Okay,
but
Hellfire squabbles.
This is the Hellfire.
Yeah,
this is
right,
the
you're
Hellfire Club.
You're right. Hellfire squabbles, and Emma
Which
tells...
is one of the dopest names for a team
It is.
I've
sweet.
ever heard.
They're a bunch of losers, but
Well,
I just don't like the get-ups. It's the outfits I don't.
3 of them are good.
Yeah.
And the rest are
You
like
Leland?
posers.
You don't like Leland?
We'll get to that when we get there. It's all about Queen.
Okay, so Emma Frost tells them about. So she educates them on the Phoenix Force.
He said boot.
Did I say boot? What? Did I?
I'm listening to you. What do you mean, would I?
I'm not listening to myself.
It smells like...
Where's that salami?
I can smell it. That's what it smells like.
Jean struggles to control Phoenix without Xavier's help. I wrote Jelly Jean Hardcore. I don't know why I wrote that.
Jelly Jean?
Jelly Jean?
Who the hell?
Someone must have called him Jelly Jean.
Who are you calling Jelly Jean?
Whatever that
Is
means.
that a typo?
I guess.
What the fuck is jelly?
Jelly Jean. Oh, jealous. She gets jealous. That's what it is. Jelly Jean. Remember? He's like, oh, I got a date with Dazzler.
Dazzler.
It's like, leaving me for another woman. It's like, she goes like...
Yeah,
Crazy.
you get a hint of that whatever's inside her is now taking over and now manifesting.
And she's like, I'm
whatever
sorry,
her
Scott, I
emotions
didn't
are.
mean that. That was the Phoenix. I was like,
Well, no, that's not a good enough
that
excuse.
was kind of hot though. It was
No,
a little hot. Like,
no, that's what you're
aggression.
speaking of as Cyclops, or this is your thought on the episode.
I like women with aggression.
I don't like crazy.
I don't like crazy either.
That was
right.
crazy.
That was crazy. But
And
it's
she's
like,
already in my head. She's already in my head.
That's the scary part too.
She also
can
didn't
fuck
tell me
you
who
up.
the fuck my father is.
Yeah.
So if I ever find that out.
Yeah. From
Sorry,
listen to the
spoilers from the first one.
listen to the Phoenix Saga if you haven't.
Jean
yet.
Grey's a bitch.
Frost and Mastermind team up powers to get into Jean's head and plant ideas and images,
Which is amazing.
Right? Which is cool. So they can. So Mastermind creates illusions. Emma Frost is a telepath. So they join their powers, the two Hellfire Club members, and they are able to project these
Images.
really vivid, dreams in images. Yeah.
So two things here. A new reason to take a shot is if there's ever a fight in somebody's head, because there's a lot in this one.
And this happens in the comics too.
And
so, yeah.
two, X-Men, this cartoon, had a lot of fucking fights on the psychic plane.
Yes.
This saga helped fucking open the doors. So it's like, I swear Storm did this. Professor X has done this.
Yep.
Like, a lot of people just go up there to fight. So luckily you're in the medium of cartoon where you can get away with this.
Yeah.
But how do you like film this constantly? Like, okay, we're gonna go into your head now.
Yeah.
Like, they're always in somebody's head.
Yeah. It's really cool. It was this.
It works really for
This show's very angular. There's all these different like in the Phoenix Saga they're fighting in space and dimensions, and in this one they're fighting like inside people's minds and stuff.
yeah.
It's very angular. Like it's all over the place, which is crazy for a kids show.
But so awesome for an X-Men show.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
So they basically set up a trap of like the life that you lived was a dream.
Yes. This is the real life.
What you're
yeah.
projecting, which is I'm your lover,
Yeah.
which is
Mastermind.
Mastermind. You belong to me. You should come back to me. And like keeps planting like. So I don't know how deep this goes with like him fake kissing her.
What's his name? Wingard. Jason Wingard. That's his real name. Yeah.
Like so like.
But yeah, he's like he's kissing in her mind. Like so he's developing this romance in her.
That might be more sexual than actually kissing her.
Yeah. Fucking you're
It's
mind fucking her. Yeah.
Definitely some sort of raping her.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it is a form of rape, which is kind of fucked up.
You should listen to our what was it Dark Avengers? No, Dark Justice League episode because we go into that too.
Justice League Dark, yeah.
Because there's that.
Oh yeah,
there's that
yeah.
moment. No spoilers for that. But
Did we talk about the Pooh monster in that too? Yeah, we did. Yeah.
briefly, but we could have a whole
Briefly.
episode on just like hold up a second.
Yeah.
Like this is crossing a lot of lines.
Yes. Anyways, we're talking about X-Men though.
Still crossing a lot of lines.
Yeah,
Because she's she's now one of the most powerful.
I didn't think of that as a kid, but like you're right.
Mutants
Bringing
on
it
the
up,
world.
bringing it, and me watching, I was like, this is kind of rapey.
And
This
you're so genius that you know the only way to get this strong being is to get her in her head, but the way that you go through her head.
a little fucked up, bro.
And so that leads into other questions of what Professor X has been doing throughout his tenure as dean of this school, because he's in a lot of people's heads for a lot.
Yeah, but he usually waits for permission though.
Does he?
Usually, that's what he says.
Does he?
I don't know about
We can go deeper in Phoenix Sagas, movies, TV shows, and all that shit. And there's a lot of time where he doesn't ask.
So she's getting these visions in her head, Jean is. So she's like, fuck, I gotta get out and see Scott. So she bails and catches Dazzler smooching up Psyche as soon as she sees him, right?
Like cheek kiss.
No, she mouthed him.
Did she?
It was one way, but he did not like it. He was like, yeah, I'm into this. Because she just like jumps and was like, oh my god, and then gives him a big old like tonsil hockey push, and and Jean's like, oh, okay.
What did I walk into?
What's going on?
Who's this girl?
And so
No, she's an X-Man.
Yeah.
Maybe not now, but soon.
But then she sees Wingard just kicking because this guy's not leaving her alone. So
No.
he's
in the shop.
He shows up in the shop, and she's like, "Oh, that's the guy from the dream." So it must be So
I know you, right?
She goes to him, and they start kissing, and Scott's like, "What?"
Yeah,
He turns around because remember, he's like,
Wait a minute.
he's kissing Dazzler, and then Jean's there.
Well,
and
eventually he pushes her.
he
off.
pushes her
He's
away, and
okay,
Dazzler's
wait, hold
like,
on a
"Is that
second."
the girlfriend?"
Yeah, well,
Right?
good on Dazzler. Just like,
Yeah.
you'll be my man now.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna call her slutty. She definitely knows what she wants.
No, she's good. No,
Very
that's
fast.
fine.
It took
She
her.
didn't know about Jean.
It took her half a night.
Half a night to.
I mean, I
Put
guess
in
the
work.
damn. I mean, the
She
damn.
didn't know about Jean.
And then
He
I
never
guess-
told her.
I'm assuming the mutant is the aphrodisiac because you automatically know, like that person has gone through a lot of the same things that you have gone through, being a mutant, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
There's a connection there.
You're
Yeah.
persecuted. Obviously,
Yeah.
no one. You can't fit in everywhere. They get that. let's make up.
This is where things kind of really,
At least first base.
This is where the gas really steps on it, because now all of a sudden Jason Wingard and Gina are supposed to get married.
Right.
I was like, well, that was quick.
He was really doing the mind work.
Must have been really working her in the mind. He's got that good mind dick, I guess. That's.
And then I feel like White Queen doesn't get enough credit for what she did.
She does nothing in this, like.
But it was really the psychic.
Yeah,
she's
the reason.
She's the plug. All right, for real. He can't get in without her.
Can't get into her head.
He can't get in without her. He can't get in, and that's not an easy mind to get into.
No, you're right. Emma Frost didn't get enough.
That's a tight.
That's a
virginal.
As soon as you said tight,
this is off the rails already. Again, like Gina's one of the most powerful Omega level mutants. So to get into there, you need of worthy level, and
she's fragile now, but yeah,
I believe Frost is also.
She's
Omega
up there.
level,
Yeah, she's up.
If
there.
not, she's fourth.
She's close.
She's like fourth level.
But still, she's the reason.
But she doesn't get enough credit in this block of episodes.
No, you're right.
Of how powerful,
right. Yeah.
and she's my MVP for the Hellfire, right? Like, there's no Hellfire without her.
And so they're supposed to get married, and Scott calls the X-Men and they crash the party because I guess they followed her.
These guys hang out too much.
They do. What did Wolverine say to? I hope you like I hope you're into recycling.
And then just starts like
slicing guys,
slicing his arms.
And then fucking.
First of all, he doesn't know if they're human or not before he starts like taking limbs off.
Well, Donald, I think they knew Donald.
Luckily, the fucking goons are robots. Because he'd just be mutilating all these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they knew Pierce was an android. Or a cyborg.
But they have a whole bunch of, like, foot soldiers.
Yeah, but he was talking to Pierce when he said that.
But they don't... fair enough. But he like... There's a moment where I think they're fighting up or down the stairs or some shit. It's a whole bunch of goons. And
that's the next one. That's not yet.
Fair enough.
That's not yet.
We'll get to that.
That's my favorite episode.
He's a murderer. That's what I'm getting into. Unwilling murderer.
Storm cleans up until Phoenix shows up, and then... Because Storm was dummying guys.
Right.
As she would. And then Phoenix is like, no more of that.
Costume change?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, well, she's in like the 1920s attire now. But she didn't actually go into full Phoenix yet.
Wait, well, this one... So this one's awesome. I'm going ahead. Like,
and Leland, wait,
3 episodes?
Just finish this one.
Fine, go.
One thing happens before we move on. Leland does the friggin'... Because he's got the power to increase your mass. Another member of the Hellfire Club, right?
Right.
So there's Mastermind, there's Sebastian Shaw, there's Donald Pierce, there's Emma Frost, and then there's Leland.
Right.
Who his power, he's the weakest one, but his power is he can increase your mass without ever increasing your size. So he just makes you heavier.
Heavier, yeah.
He
does vision.
So he made Wolverine super heavy, and Wolverine just like
falls through
lights,
which was hilarious,
which is cool.
Hilarious.
And the episode it ends on that, right?
I think there's a one-liner.
Oh, the next so part 2. This next episode is my favorite episode of the whole thing.
Called?
Because I don't get it, but part 2, Dark Phoenix Saga part 2.
I'm guaranteed that's not what it's called.
There's probably a name. There's a name. I didn't write it down though. But he.
I apologize to the audience.
No, you apologize. I had the Phoenix Saga ones ready. Why didn't you have these ones ready?
Because this is
cool
this is what you do.
With the Wakanda faceplate.
Anyway, focus.
Black
Panther.
So it opens up part 2. Xavier trying to probe, but is blocked by Frost and an amplifier, right? So he's trying to get into Jean's head to try and help her, and Hellfire Club have this like little amplifier set up that they can't get into it, right? So part 1 was called Dazzled. The second one's called Inner Circle. There you go.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So this is called the Inner Circle.
This one got 8.3 on IMDb. Not the highest one.
Yeah. So the X-Men. So the Hellfire Club have the X-Men locked up with those collars. And so they're depowered, locked up. Xavier can't find them because they have the Emma Frost, the amplifier, are blocking his ability to do so.
Right.
So they're in it. But the one saving grace is that Wolverine's in the basement. And this is why this is my favorite episode, because he just...
dummies up from the basement up. Yeah,
he just climbs from the basement up.
It's the raid. It's the raid before the raid.
One-liner.
It's the raid before the raid. But he's literally murdering motherfuckers left and right.
And it's
not knowing that they're fucking robots or whatever they are, but he's murdering them.
It's so good.
It is, but you like...
I got all his
let's do it.
Not all of them, but a bunch of quotes down there. The whole "Do I feel lucky?" I know what you're asking yourself. Are you gonna shoot me before I get to you? Well, do you feel lucky? So he does all that thing. He cuts the guy's gun. The guy's shaking. This Hellfire Club talks. They're sitting there in front of all the hostages talking about all their fears. Like, it was kind of like, why don't you just go to a separate room
No. This is where villains
The whole 90s thing. Yeah,
give the
This
exposition.
is the same as Eric the
exact-
Red in the first one.
That's why they're the best.
Anyways, Wolverine takes the dumbwaiter up from the basement to the thing.
Because he's so tiny.
And the one guy's like,
so it makes sense for him to fit in there.
And the guy's like, oh, I got my wine. He comes out and kicks him. And he's like, he picks up the wine and goes, lousy year. He drops it on his head.
And smashes it.
Calls him turkey.
Movie's pretty big.
Where do these guys do their shopping? He's all dressed up. Now to find the fat slob who dumped me. He also says that. Here, go pick up sticks. And he throws the... Because remember they come with batons?
I guess.
Yeah. That's all these guys have. Like their weapons are fucking batons.
They're not.
They have
good.
these little batons. No, they're terrible.
They're worse
Not
than
even
foot
swords,
soldiers.
are they? Just batons.
They're worse than foot soldiers,
Yeah.
and they're worse aim than stormtroopers.
He goes, pick up sticks. So, cuts their sticks and things.
He does. It's a great episode for Wolverine doing Wolverine things.
I love it. This is my favorite one. And then
Say it again. I don't know.
how
if
many
the
times I
people
said? I
know.
said like fucking 3
Yeah.
times. How annoying is that?
The only thing missing was actually them playing Bad Boys Inner Circle. Huh. Bad Boys, what you want? What you? Wait, I can't say anymore. Else we'll have to pay for it.
Psych. Nobody cares. Oh, I gotta end it.
Turn it off. Turn it off. You said the secret word.
Cyclops and
That'd be
Mastermind.
awesome if you just turned it off.
Cyclops and Mastermind ended up having it out in Jean's head. Because Jean, remember Cyclops is kind
Again,
of
there's a lot of these fucking internal mind battles.
Yes. So they're having it out in her head.
Which is okay. So here's the thing about Mastermind. He makes himself a swashbuckler, gives himself a good sword, and then he makes Cyclops a peasant and gives him like peasant clothes. Why don't you just make him naked? Like you want to embarrass this dude, right? Like why are you giving him anything? Why are you giving him a sword? Like I get you want to be chivalry, but you're in his mind. I would just dummy this motherfucker.
Is this the part that happens, or is that later? That's it now. That's it right here, right?
I'm pretty sure it's now. No.
Is it now? Yeah, I think you're right.
And like, you get to see Cyclops' eyes because obviously he can't.
You're right. That was actually a cool fight inside the head because it was the world's ever changing and they're both trying to.
But Mastermind respected him too much, which I feel was his detriment.
Yeah, you're right. You could have just.
I would have given him like cemented boots.
Yeah.
So you can't move. Yeah. Like I just kept giving him Zorro, like Zorro lines across his chest.
Again though, Mastermind can't do this himself. So Emma Frost is helping him out, and she gets no recognition for it.
Well, and there's a little subtext that clearly she likes Scott.
Yeah, and then Phoenix jumps in.
She gave him a hat. Come on.
Oh yeah, Emma Frost. Yeah,
she gave him a hat.
Phoenix jumps in.
He's got the triangle hat. The hat. It's like a Minuteman.
So Phoenix jumps in, but refuses to kill him fully. Remember, like kill him. Like we haven't said Sebastian Shaw much, but he's actually the leader, and he's around a lot. He just doesn't.
He says the things, but he doesn't really.
Exactly.
Do
yeah,
much.
he says all the things. He says the things, doesn't do the things. Yeah.
Just so like. As much as I love Hellfire Club, they're totally wasted in these 4 episodes. But
it's all Mastermind and Emma Frost.
But they're really only in 2 episodes. So
yeah. Wolverine crashes in with the "Here's Johnny."
That was good.
More lines. Yeah. And then Phoenix murks him. It's like he comes in. And then the Hellfire Club, in a weird turn of events, have an impromptu vote to move Mastermind into the leader position and Sebastian Shaw out because it was like, why are you doing this now?
Stupid. Yeah,
like,
you're in the middle of a battle, and now you feel like I should usurp the throne, and we should talk about like the minutes of the meeting. You had all fucking week to talk about minutes of the meeting.
Yeah, and he's feeling cocky as hell because he feels he's got the Phoenix under his thumb, but like,
not really.
Man, like, what are you guys doing? Like, just kill them and get on with it, right? So
like, at least bang out your girl first. You can bang her out.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, no, let me go get power. I was like, fools.
Oh, during the fight there, I have a note here. During the fight with Psyche and Mastermind, I wrote Cyclops has a purse.
Does he?
He gives him like a little satchel. It looks like a purse. So he respected him enough to give him a purse while they're
to put what in it? Like,
exactly.
His change.
Jason Wingard did that. So it's just like, oh, I got a purse.
He even got like the shirts open. Like
it's called the satchel.
To one button. I think that's Emma Frost doing all that shit too.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, could be.
She wants to see if the man that she'll never end up with will carry her purse. So she's doing some forward thinking.
Yeah, they could have brought her back and done all that too. Anyways.
That's why I love. We should talk about other X-Men cartoons where they explore how Emma and Scott get together, and I really like that relationship more than Jean.
Because she's evil.
Well,
She's a bad girl.
I don't know what Jean is, but she's not really someone to be in a
I-
relationship.
she's-
I like her
yeah.
more independent.
Yeah,
Scott needs a woman around her,
yeah, he does.
and Emma will always
He
put him
likes
under
his-
the thumb.
And he likes his psychics.
He does. He likes a girl. Imagine the ejaculation that he gets. They're going deep.
Yeah. So Wingard tries.
Can you feel this? Behold my optic.
Wingard tries one too many times to. And you wonder why the last one went so long, right?
You said you gave me this signal. This signal means
I gave you no signals.
I got this.
No soup for you.
Well, that's not that signal.
Wingard basically tries too many times to tell Jean what to do,
And she's had enough of it.
and she's had enough of it. So she's like, "Yeah, I'm bored with you.
Like, who are you?
I'm bored with you. You kind of show. You taught me about
Well,
how.
she finally looks at him.
Yeah.
And this is the first time where she's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're not who you think you are.
Yeah.
Or say you are. And this is where she reveals him, right?
Yep. Well, yeah. She kind of. Yeah.
Well, strips him.
She bugs out,
Right.
and this leads to
Costume change?
I think so. Soon, yeah. What was great about this part was that the kind of
Well, she's already in the corset. Like, at this point, she's dressed up as, like,
Right.
the
That's what I'm
Victorians.
saying, since
with the mole.
since the wedding there, yeah, with the
Yeah.
mole and everything. But she bugs out, and then Cyclops gets out of his thing. Like they all get out of their
Heads?
out of their braces.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he just-
the Genosha collars. And
yeah,
then just
and
beams
he just
the
fries
fuck out
Harry
of everybody.
Leland.
He goes
Harry
nuts.
Leland goes like through like 4 rooms,
He
and I
goes
was
nuts.
dying. I was like,
that's why you love Cyclops, because
Yeah.
at any minute you can fuck up anybody.
it's just like, oh man, he went through like 4 rooms.
It wasn't a stun. It was like, no.
No, it was full strength.
He should be literally murdering people as well.
You think so? I think they'll blow a hole through somebody, wouldn't it?
It's an optic
That's what I'm
blast.
saying, yeah. And Harry Leland doesn't have like a. I don't know why it didn't just. Because he's fat. I don't get it.
Maybe. He absorbs it.
Because you think he would have just gotten. Yeah. Anyways.
Or he's a robot.
Anyways.
They're all androids.
Anyways, he fries Harry Leland, and Beast does that thing where he twirls.
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian Shaw.
He,
Right?
he figures out because Sebastian Shaw's like, in an earlier fight, he's like, I absorb all. Oh, I think Rogue's trying to punch him. And he's like, I just absorb everything that you dish out to me. And then dummies her.
Yeah.
And then Beast is like, haha, I'll use science. So if you're never really catching anything I'm absorbing,
Yeah, he just
he
spins-
tumbles him like a,
So he's
like a
basically just
ball.
spinning him on his feet. Yeah.
Like a ball in the circus. And it's amazing. Like, I love the scene. And then someone comes over and dummies
No,
Beast.
Wingard's like, I can still absorb this power because
Yeah.
that's the momentum of me going around. It was like, come on, give Beast. Give
No,
him,
it was
him
good.
This.
He had him, but it's a
Yeah.
team thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
in any team matchups, it's always when one person switches off that that team ends up winning. They're like, I'm not gonna fight you anymore. You're
No.
too evenly. I'm just gonna cheat
Yeah.
and just hit this person that's distracted.
Well, and then
fighting my boy.
As Harry Leland is getting up after that optic blast that he
Right.
had, Wolverine jumps off the balcony and he's like, "I'm gonna get you, you fat." So he makes Wolverine heavy again, but Wolverine's like right above him.
So he just falls right
cra-
through him. Yeah, it's great.
I had a good laugh there. So Wolverine gets his
Come-ups.
moment. Yeah, his comeuppance. Yeah. So the Hellfire Club skates are just gone. It was not Wingard. What was the other guy? So Shaw and Pierce duck out through those
Right.
secret passages.
The
Like,
rebuilds.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
Queen just kind of does her own thing. I don't really know when she leaves, but she's never really
Here's
in the battle.
Here's the thing interesting about Mastermind. He follows Jean. He's like, I'm gonna get my queen, right? And he tries to win her back again. And she's like,
I know
Nah,
you-
son.
I know who you are now.
Yeah, because you don't even look like this.
Yeah,
Because in the comics, it's the same thing. He's ugly. He's like an older dude.
Yeah, but he spent so much time building up his
Illusions.
Right.
She's like, you look like this.
He's
And
kind of a Mysterio.
Yeah. She works him down to just the ugly old dude, and then
Which is, again, this is a cartoon, so he doesn't really look that much uglier.
just
but
way different.
It's gray hair.
Very different, yeah.
And like
He's all like
a
meek.
lower
He's all
mustache. They could have made him look like Jigsaw
He could have.
or like Toad.
Well, he's not deformed. He's just old. And,
That would have been more, I think, more of a punch through
I don't
your
know if he
gut.
was like actually cut up and stuff.
Yeah, or he's just like a freak, like that nobody wants to look at.
So the part 3 was called Dark Phoenix, right?
It's called
The
Dark
Dark
Phoenix.
Phoenix, That's where this one starts, and the X-Men fight Phoenix, and they kind of get the understanding that she's addicted to human emotions. So she's been in Jean for so long, and she's experienced all these different emotions.
Because Jean's a fucking wealth of emotions.
Yes, and
she
she's
feels
in
it
the
for
center of all
everybody.
this. Like
I think Jean really could be in love with anybody, including like Gambit,
probably
Beast,
if you
Storm.
work on it, yeah.
She's like, yes, Storm, I never thought, but it's there. I truly do love. Like, she's so in love with love.
Yeah.
That I feel like.
So in love. I like that.
I feel like anyone can be a placeholder. That's why I never really liked her with Scott. Because Scott was like, yo, I invested in you. Like, we grew up together. You're a leader. You're number 2. They put us side by side. I care about you. And she's like, well, yeah, I love you. That I think she loves that he loves her so much.
Yeah.
Because she was so quick to be like,
loved, yeah.
Logan. Right? And Logan came out of nowhere.
Yep.
It's like, really, this guy?
Genie.
You were that quick to like throw all of this shit away?
Genie.
Sure.
Anyways.
So, she loves love, which is fine.
So
if you do that, don't put yourself in a relationship.
So the Phoenix Force is just feeding off it.
Say a relationship is open.
Yeah.
Which they didn't do.
No.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. So
I have thoughts.
No, it's fine.
that are outside the cartoon.
They're relevant. No, it's relevant though, because the Phoenix Force is just feeding off all these
this
emotions.
is why Jean Grey likes anal sex. So the Force is finally feeding off of the wealth of emotions that Jean has day to day.
Yeah.
And week to week and month to month and year to year. Because she's been, like, you have to assume with this much power and this much mindset, she's just been kind of, what's the word where you put things in little boxes and store them away?
Compartmentalizing.
She's got to be the queen of it.
Yeah.
Because in order for her to do her job and with this much power, she's got to be like, I have to control this for this specific moment. And when this moment's over, I have to put that away. So she's assume that Phoenix is in there like Fort Knox, just pulling all these drawers out the fucking vault, and every fucking drawer that she opens is gold.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because it's all different.
Yeah,
I love it.
Even the anal sex.
She done. Well, of course. Why not? It's a new emotion for Phoenix.
Damn, you took my joke and made it better.
Dummies them, especially Beast, and then fucks off after a moment of clarity and flies past the Shi'ar ship. So she's just like, it's gone. Just flies up.
Right.
The Phoenix goes past the Shi'ar ship.
It's weird.
And then just kind of casually destroys the star system.
Yep.
See, in the comics, the star system.
Oh, that made me laugh like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
When she slices through the ship.
Yeah.
And they're all like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like they were coming to like be like, "Okay, like we gotta go get this force. We gotta see what's going on because we said something."
Yeah.
And Phoenix is like, "Nah, fuck your shit,"
Yeah.
and just slices through the wing. And I really thought the ship was gonna explode. Like they all survived, fine. It's a cartoon, but that shit made me laugh so hard right now, like so hard watching. I was like, "Damn!" Like this would have been the best like. Hard cut of like, oh, and that's how the Shi'ar died. Like, she just took out the fucking ship and just kept it moving.
Well, she destroys the star system though. Like,
Then that's just her on her way to like more power.
Yeah.
Like anything in that path just got dummied, and it was like a huge battleship. And she just sliced the wing off, and then goes to the sun and like eats it essentially.
And then they're like, oh, they talk about later how the world was uninhabited. In the comics, it was inhabited. Yeah. So there was a like,
there's
people on it, and she destroyed it. Yeah.
Listen. You can't be an X-Men
murder.
unless you're a murderer or you're Beast. That's how what's boiled down to.
Fair enough.
Everyone is murdered except for Beast. Although he went to jail, so I may call him a murderer.
The X-Men realized
Gambit's a murderer. Rogue's a murderer. Wolverine's a murderer.
Everybody.
Cyclops is a murderer. Jean's got to be a murderer.
Well, we just talked about it.
Storm, like indirectly.
Storm's done dirt.
Indirectly.
Storm's done dirt.
Because there's enough fucking nature.
She uses all this wind.
If you frost enough shit, they're gonna die. Well, so I'm assuming someone got caught out in like if
just striking dudes with lightning, man.
If I live in Egypt and I'm dressed for Egypt heat, and she comes in and is like freeze, and like let's say Omega Red takes like it on the ass, but I'm just like, oh no, I was in the wrong place. I'm dead.
Those are light though. Like even just like those gusts of wind she brings around.
You
hit the guy. The guy hits the wall wrong. He's cracking his head open.
So murderer.
Yeah.
And then I want to say Jubilee's a murderer because
Jubilee's soft, but
she kills my enjoyment of the TV show. So.
With her firework fingers.
Oh God, they do nothing. All of them are murderers.
They even get like that piddly
All
lip.
of them are murderers. So we should do a kill count if we had the time and patience.
Top of the list.
But fucking Gambit's from the League of Assassins or something Assassins. Assassin's Ball.
But the X-Men realize they softened her mind and she goes back to her childhood home.
Right. Makes sense.
Right? Next fight with Brainbuster.
There's a change of costume there because I think she's in dark outfit.
Yep.
Now. And then at some point she ends up in Marvel Girl outfit too. So that's her final drink. If that's the fate of Dark Phoenix.
She does end up in Marvel Girl. Yeah, you're right.
Like,
yeah.
That's why I was like, God damn, you had a lot of change in clothes, girl.
Yeah, Xavier duels in Jean's mind. And
Back in the mind.
Back in the mind. So he shows up in her mind.
With his dick out.
That was kind of funny with back in her childhood home.
And it's weird. In people's minds, he's still sitting. He doesn't stand or walk.
You're right. Yeah. But anyway, during that, you remember when she's like just launching the X-Men around? Yeah. And Rogue's like, what is this? Catch the X-Men thing? She had to keep catching them.
That was a good line, actually.
And then she throws Wolverine, and she doesn't catch him.
Just lets him fall into like the swamp or whatever.
The tree.
And then he's like,
I can't do it. Remember, because it was his turn to try it. Remember?
That was good.
Maybe that's where they got that from the movie, the X-Men: The Last Stand. That scene, right?
Well, they're in the forest?
No, remember, because he runs up to her and stabs her?
Right.
In the movie.
Okay.
But in the cartoon, he has to run up to her and like, tackle her.
Yeah,
and he's like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
No. And then he gets thrown, and that's when Rogue's like, no, I'm not catching you.
He should land on his feet. Isn't that his thing? He's
not a cat.
He's a Wolverine. Isn't the
Wolverine's more a rodent than a feline.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's closer to that family, you know?
Whatever family like a badger is. It's not a cat.
Badgers land on their feet.
Fuck off.
You can't prove me wrong. So I'm right.
So with Xavier's help, they contain...
He's a ninja. Fuck you.
They contain the Phoenix Force, and then just as they do that, the Shi'ar come down to kill Jean.
Right.
And then it goes to the next, the part 4, which is the final part. Which
the fate of Dark Phoenix.
Fate of Dark Phoenix.
Which, again, deserved 2 more episodes because it turns into a battle between Shi'ar and X-Men again.
It's a big deal. So
it's literally like, yo, we have to kill her because she can't have this power. And X-Men like, yo, you can't kill her, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
That's the line in the sand. Amazing. But I'm so happy.
But they've got it in 20 minutes, and they still have to
Not even that. They don't do that till the final 10 minutes. The first half of the episode
is them getting there. That's what I'm saying.
Is exposition of like, what do we do? I don't know. What do we need to do? I don't know. It's everyone talking about what we need to do. It's like the thing. It's the elephant in the room.
And fucking So, well, how they get there? Xavier reads Lounge's mind and understands that there's a custom,
which he shouldn't be able to do.
No, but he just did that. He invaded space. Just like you were talking about earlier.
Maybe that's why she wears the helmet, because he can't read her.
Maybe.
But she can read him.
Maybe, but she's not wearing the helmet, so...
Now he can do that. Yeah. That makes sense. But it's the whole Juggernaut thing.
Yeah, but he reads as a custom that they have, so he challenges
they've been sexting
easy.
Off
mind fucking.
Off series.
Mind sex, man. Dead Prey. They're listening to Dead Prey together.
Except for when he was in Savage Lives. Then she's like, yo, is he ghosting me? And then he came back. He's like, hey girl. Hey girl. And then just drop that.
Trying to get that mind sex.
Drop that picture of his underwear on the floor. She's like, hey babe, I don't wear underwear. I roll solo.
Just slacks.
Slacks and socks. I don't even wear shoes if I was him, dude.
There's a whole
or just wear jeans.
There's a whole stretched out part. This was actually really cool. This part where the X-Men were all kind of talking to each other about like the moral questions about what like Cyclops,
what's the right thing to do?
What do we do here? That was really cool.
What's the family thing to do?
That was heavy for a kid's show. Like, what do we do here? Sure. Do we sacrifice our own because for the greater good,
right?
Or do we
protect our own
family
and then figure out what to do next?
And like they all had like different. It was really cool. Was it Storm and Beast talking?
Probably.
I think it was Storm and then Cyclops and I can't remember the combos, but they were kind of walking around and that was really cool to me.
Great character building. You get to understand each of those X-Men's and their motivations more. But basically, they come to the realization that, like, yo, she's one of us, so we're not letting anybody else kill her.
We're standing strong with her.
Of course.
And then that's when the duel starts. Like, man, you guys could have pushed this out another 5 minutes and then made the duel its own episode.
Correct.
But whatever. The duel starts, and the X-Men get worked at the beginning.
So wait, where are they again? They get transported somewhere else?
Yeah, they're up in space. Earth? Yeah, they're up in the Shi'ar ship.
They found some like they're not even on a ship though. Don't they like get beamed down to like some
surface? Yeah. They're on surface.
And they start fucking around, and then like that's the battle I wanted. It was better than the.
This is when she's dressed like Marvel Girl.
Correct.
She's like, I thought I'd go back into my original costume.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
you're weird.
What?
And like, fix your mask. That doesn't even fit.
Yeah.
It's such a weird mask. It's a Batman mask.
Yeah.
It's just the top cowl. Yeah. It's yellow. The eye holes are so big enough that if you walk down the street, I'd be like, oh, that's Coke.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't protect anything. And then the points don't really, like, do anything. Like, it's not connected to the back of her head.
No. It just...
But, like, there's no string. Like,
it's
I feel
it's like a yellow Hawkeye mask, except smaller.
And not cool.
Not cool.
But it's not even, like, wings at the side. It's, like, points to the top. So look it up when you get a chance.
Yeah, look at Marvel Girl. It looks pretty. It's silly. It's a silly costume. This
is the greatest example of a name not matching the outfit. Because her name was Marvel Girl, And she had just like a paper bag green dress.
Yep.
And this weird
And
fucking
this yellow
mask.
hat. Yeah, this yellow mask.
And she's fucking psychic, so she could have made like a psychic cool hat if
You
she
think
wanted
she would
to.
have done something? Yeah. Anyways.
Put on a fucking fishbowl.
Yeah, so the X-Men get worked at the beginning.
As they should.
Until Rogue faces off a Gladiator.
Which does not make sense with my... I have a chart. It goes humans at the bottom, then X-Men because they're mutants and they all have relatively cool but stronger than human powers.
And the space guys.
And then the space guys because they've been in space, they do space things, they all should be stronger in their power set from space.
Gladiator ultimately wins that fight, but she gives him like a run. Like that was actually the best fight of this.
Everything involving Rogue is usually the best
I'm like,
fight.
oh, here comes Rogue, yes!
But we're now assuming, oh, okay, well, Miss Marvel is of space, so I answered my own question.
Okay.
Spoilers, Rogue has Miss Marvel's powers.
Oh yeah, they show that in the cartoon too.
They do, but she doesn't have the blast, which is weird. She just has the
she doesn't have the blast.
And the strength. So we'll get into that.
Blast,
Maybe we'll talk about that. Probably not. But again, me as a kid, not liking Shi'ar and any of this intergalactic stuff, I was like, what is?
Why do they keep winning? Fuck these guys.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Why does he have a mohawk?
Because they all get worked except for they leave.
Gladiator. And we don't. Oh,
Scott and Jean.
I did remember getting the names of these guys.
Scott and Jean. Oh, you got the names of the.
I did. I screenshot. I was like, I gotta know who these motherfuckers are.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. There's a lot of what's going on here.
Yeah, but so that leaves Scott and Jean as like the last two X-Men standing.
Oh, don't do that now. Oh. Yeah, no, it's the wrong time to do that. But I got something to show you after.
Yeah, Rogue holds her own, but yeah, so Scott and Jean are last one standing, and she goes Phoenix mad.
Sweet. So here are the names of the Shi'ar clique, and if any of these ring a bell,
no, I don't know.
Let us know. So there's Gladiator, which most people know. Starbolt.
Nope.
Flash Fire.
Nope. That's the thing that looks like Sunfire.
You would assume so.
Must be. Yeah.
But you never know what they look like.
No.
Oracle. Smasher. Titan. Hobgoblin.
I feel like I know Titan, but
well, Hobgoblin reminds me of
Spider-Man villain, yeah.
But it's not. Warstar, Earthquake, Hussar, who's not my favorite, Astra, and Manta.
Okay.
So, these are the Imperial Guards, but I have no fucking idea which one's which. So, they also appear in Marvel Alliance, Ultimate Alliance, so,
Fuck, I don't remember them.
They're in there.
Hey, whatever.
Hussar's in there? Oh, okay, I'm doing more research.
Yeah. Anyway, she goes Phoenix mad when Cyclops is thumped, and the X-Men team up to take her down. Take her down until she sacrifices herself by turning weapons on her.
Which is weird. So, like, she's smart enough to at least avoid the battle with Scott for the most part with her psychic abilities.
Yeah.
Then when she reveals herself, because she could dummy at least half of these guys, she kind of just gives up.
Well, she realizes, I guess she has a moment of clarity.
Of, like, it's not going to go any further unless I give myself
I have a moment of clarity right now, and the Phoenix is kind of being chill right now, but it's not going to last.
Sure.
And I'm causing all this trouble, and my friends could have just died. So
she gives it emotion.
Care Bear stereotype.
She gives her emotion.
Yeah,
love conquers all. Great, but if love conquers all, like, couldn't she just bang out Scott and Phoenix Force be like, oh, I get love.
Yeah.
So I'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
Just keep screwing.
Yeah.
Because essentially Phoenix Force says, if you all give a piece of yourself, I'll accept that, and you can have Jean back.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was a really, really.
You couldn't
weird...
tell me this day one. This is some day one shit.
Yeah,
we all would have been like, "Yo, you get on my finger."
We could have just done that. Yeah.
So it's the end does not justify the means.
No, so they come together with the Care Bear stare, like very similar to the first one.
Yep.
The Phoenix Saga,
but more love.
Way more love this time.
More depth.
And Mr. Burns shows up with like, "I give you love." That's what I thought of.
That's one of those guys looks like that.
Yeah.
The one with the
like
tissue one?
Yeah,
tissue looks like that. I hope that's Hussar. I want to know who the fuck Hussar is now. Hussar is my dude. Or dudette.
Well, keep talking. I'll look up Hussar right now.
So it's nice, right? Because they give us the bow that you wanted to have, but it makes no sense to what the Phoenix Force is.
Is that tissue?
Yes! Hussar! Hussar is, I give you love. Love. You would.
Yes, would.
There you go. We'll cast Hussar in the next episode.
Bottle caps. This is definitely more than one.
Yeah.
This was if you're going to compare the two sagas, Phoenix Saga and Dark Phoenix Saga from the animated cartoon,
This one's better,
this
but
is
not,
miles better.
not by much. It's a two.
I think
it's
it's
a
much
twoer.
better.
It's a halfer.
I think
so
it's much better.
It's a 2.
Yeah. I'll give it 2.
You say much better, but like
Well, I enjoyed it.
No.
No, I'll give it 2.5. I'm going to just 2.5.
Ooh.
Okay?
Ooh.
Yes.
How do you drink half a bottle?
Huh?
How do you drink half a bottle?
What?
Exactly. Keep asking yourself that question. Who drinks half a bottle? You say it's better, and sure, that's fair, but that's not saying much to what they to what they had, what they could have done, and where they went with it. Like we got 2 enemy factions, and they both got dummied in half episodes, when they both could have taken 2 episodes apiece for the X-Men having to like rival back.
Both sagas should have been longer.
No, most sagas should have just been better.
Like, well, the first one should have been better. This one should have been longer.
You didn't need...
Because that duel episode, this duel could have been 1 episode, right?
We can't... I don't know how much we can talk about the first one, but we don't... In the first one, you don't need half the characters that they have in it. And this one...
Let's talk about this one. Stick to this one.
And this one, you don't need... you really don't need the Hellfire, but it's nice. It's a nice catalyst. You could have done Dark Phoenix... Like, there should have been 3 parts. So this section, this middle half, should have been 4 episodes of Dark Phoenix... with the Hellfire.
With the Hellfire Club, yeah.
And then at the end, give me a 5 with the returning of the Imperial Guard. Yeah. And then you sandwich them
this
together.
This is basically how they did it in the comics, so they really trunked it down in this version,
of course. Well, you give me so much more pages to like soak in and emotion, right? You can feel that. But, you know, I'm over Jean. I'm glad she's dead, so I guess, in this world. She's dead now?
No, she's not dead. They gave her the pieces of themselves to keep her alive.
Doesn't she disappear? You're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, those are the missing episodes? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I
love this.
2.5.
So
you gave it 2?
I gave it 2. Yeah. I love this cartoon. And this is a top 3 cartoon all times, right? And
they just happen to be. Oh yeah, they all time. This just
our top 3 is very different though.
This just happens to be the longest saga in them. So.
I don't want to argue it because I haven't watched it in a long time, and I look forward to.
There's no other 5 parts.
I don't think that's true.
In this, I don't think there's any more 5 parts.
We're talking about the X-Men.
Yeah.
I don't think
there's
that's
3s
true.
and 2s.
I don't think that's true.
Okay.
But I can't argue it. Anyway, you know, cartoons.